Good morning, everyone. Can we have silence in the Can we have silence?
Greetings of the day. India is the fastest growing trillion-dollar economy in the world and ranks fifth overall. Even after being colonized and subjugated by the British for around 200 years, she has managed to reach the fifth rank in GDP in only 75 years of independence. Good morning to one and all present here. I am Anya Hindu. And I am Devachi Desai. And we are your hosts for today. We have all gathered here today to witness our school's first ever entrepreneurial event, Business Baaigars, whose theme is global warming. Our budding ecopreneurs of grade 11 and 12 have put on their thinking caps and thought of unique ways they can help save the environment. For this Shark Tank style competition, our participants will require encouragement and capital, which will help them make their idea a reality. In this journey, we are honored to be joined by Mr. Ankit Barasia and Mr. Manas Rai, who help keep the industrial sector more sustainable. Mr. Ankit Barasia is the director of Solar Energy. He is currently leading his company's foray into renewable solar energy and smart grid technology in its India operations. He has identified several areas in the industrial sector and rural electrification setups to implement solutions for reducing the dependence on grid electricity and diesel generators. He graduated with a degree in mechanical engineering from University of Texas at Austin, USA. Ankit has worked as a design and manufacturing engineer at Applied Materials Inc., the largest supplier of manufacturing equipment for solar energy, semiconductors, and flat panel displays. He is a part of the North American Board of Certified Energy Practitioners, Certified Solar Designer and Installer, and is an active member of SESI, along with being a director at Simfab Sales and Industries Limited. Thank you, Ankit, for joining us. Mr. Manas Rai runs Leap Cities, providing strategic and management support to businesses that are solving urban problems, and leads the Mumbai Donut Collab, a collective action program to make Mumbai more livable and sustainable. He has worked extensively with purpose driven businesses, impact investors, NGOs, and local governments. He helped set up the Dutch Wash Take a Stake Impact Fund. Earlier, he worked at an investment bank, Avendus Capital, raising capital for growth stage businesses across business services, media and education sectors, and studied at MIT and the Sloan School of Management. Thank you, Mr. Rath, for joining us. I now request our respected principal, Mr. Damayanti Bhattacharya, to felicitate Mr. Ankit Baras. I now request our respected Vice President, Geeta Sanan, to felicitate Mr. Manas Rai. Now I request our teacher, Mrs. Shilpa Gandhi, to please guide the esteemed guests on the stage.
Is it? Yeah, that's all. Okay.
As students, we are in awe and ever curious about your path to success. So we would like to ask you a few questions. Mr. Ankit, your business has such a large impact on the environment. Why do you think sustainability is important in the entrepreneurial field?
First of all, thank you everybody for inviting us over here. Like it's a great opportunity for me and I'm sure for us also to interact with all of the young minds. Thank you for that. So coming to your question about how sustainability is important in entrepreneurship and in general in business. I think like business will keep going on. People think that like we need to make money. That's the work for the business. But sustainability also helps you save money. Whatever they sustainability practices they follow. Yes, it costs money in the beginning, but it helps in the future to save money. Along with that, it also helps them build a brand that brings in loyalty from the customers. So that's also another good thing to having sustainability. And as an entrepreneur, like inculcating sustainability into your business plans from the beginning not only solidifies your product but also sets in the mindset that whatever you do in the future will help in carrying forward that line of thought and implementing it in the future ventures. So that's what I think about it.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Mr. Manas, how does one initiative in cities? There's a gap in the system.
Well, so there are two things that we do. We work with growth stage businesses, not very early stage startups, and help them to scale their business because, as I say, you go from 0 to 1. When you've got no business to being a small business, the challenges are different. When you want to go from 1 to 10, the challenges are different. And often businesses have got much more complex challenges when they try to become bigger and have more customers and maximize their impact. And they don't find the right kind of support to do that. So we work with these companies and provide them the pathway. Usually the idea is to work with them 5 to 7 years through their entrepreneurial journey, but not the 0 to 1 journey, right? The 1 to 10 journey. The other is, I think, this sort of builds on what you just said, Ankit. So you've got citizens, you've got government, you've got businesses, right? And then you've got NGOs. And these are broadly, you can say, your main 4 pillars of society. And why people say the job of business is to make money, I would say it is to make money in a way that is responsible and that furthers the goals of society as a whole. If you build a successful business while destroying everything around you, chances are you're not going to be around very long. But even if you are, you're not going to be a positive impact on society, right? So if you're taking you from video we saw upstairs, your karma is just going to be really terrible as a business, even if you're successful financially. So we look at collective action at a city level. But Bombay is 20 million people, right? You've got 10 million who live in slums today. You've got all kinds of problems, but you've also got a 5-star lifestyle. Many of us live a absolutely first world 5-star lifestyle. And then there are tens of millions of people in the city who like other end of the spectrum, right? So what can we as a city do to address the inequalities, address our sustainability problems? Today, your air, noise, water pollution is killing people, making us unhealthy. So therefore, you take sustainability to the citizen domain and say at the end of the day, citizens should be sitting at the top of a democracy, right? Not political leaders. In theory, we are supposed to be their bosses, right? How do we bring that? That's the other thing that we are doing, with the hope that to make cities not just sustainable but also livable, improving quality of life. So that's broadly what we're trying to do.
We are very curious as to what exactly was your source of inspiration for this kind of.
So that's a very good question. I did, as somebody announced, like I did mechanical engineering and I'm into solar energy, which is an electrical field. But the way the journey started was like in college, like we had a class or a club which made a solar car. And the car ran all the way from Texas to Canada and back. And that was 5,000 miles each way. I think it was 5,000 miles round trip. So that was a really intense experience working with different teams from automobile, from electronic, from electrical, from mechanical. And that's where like the curiosity and the application of this technology really took seed. And that's where it began. And from there, like again, there are several offshoots of that, like battery technology, of aerodynamics, etc. So I think that's where the seed was planted.
And Mr. Manas, could you share your source of inspiration?
So I think mine was a lot more gradual. Firstly, in 1993, I finished my ICSE, right? And sustainability was not a word. We didn't think about climate change. There was some global warming. Some people would talk about it. They were the crackpots, the outliers, right? So it's not something we really talked about or thought about. I I also studied mechanical engineering. So he's also my junior from school. Right? We went to the same school, so quite some coincidences here. We went into industry, worked in businesses, and really honestly, and I cringe and I think back on how to cut costs on our product when we were competing with companies from other countries and other players. We would look at how do you show that you're meeting environmental standards, right? And I've done this, and it's not something I'm happy about or proud of, but that's how business was, and for a lot of people still is. We would find ways to show that we are if you tick mark the box and you're meeting the environmental standards that a customer in Europe would demand it, while we knew that operationally we were not, because it would be more expensive to do, right? And those are decisions I've made as a business manager. Um, and I hope fewer and fewer people make those decisions, and more people have the courage to be more responsible and more thoughtful and stand up to do what is right and not take the easy path like we did or like I did. Right? I was getting kind of bored. I felt that my investment banking job, which I loved, I felt like reaching a learning plateau. I felt that every day was the same stuff, right? Similar. And I wanted to do something in the social space. Very honest, my plan in life was to make a lot of money very, very early in life, which I'm sure a lot of you will also be thinking, and then do something good with that money. I never made much money, but as time went by, I said, okay, look, my goal was at 30 to move into the social sector. I was 33, and I said, let's just do it. And I thought I'd do something with sustainable businesses, impact investing, which are becoming a thing. And so I took the leap, and I just happened to meet wonderful people, work with amazing organizations, and learned and built my knowledge. And I started working with an NGO that worked on urban sanitation. And that was really from the perspective that especially women and children don't have safe toilets, they get abused, they fall sick, they don't need water, various reasons, right? But then that took me to wastewater management in the cities, and that took me to urbanization, sustainability, climate change, environment. So mine was a much more, I think your trip to your route to sustainability was not too direct. Mine took a lot of center, but it was really driven by amazing people who I could learn from and who gave me opportunities to do things, which then took me eventually to a lot more focus on sustainability and livability and responsibility of us as people.
As students are ever confused about what we like to do in the future,
But you always
Actually, as Mans was saying earlier, like when we were young, like I was clueless, like I didn't know anything about sustainability. All that was taught in school was probably recycling and reducing your consumption and reusing. So those were the mantras at that point of time. Those were the buzzwords at that point of time, and probably planting trees. There's nothing called global warming. There's nothing called climate change. There's nothing called sustainability. So, but at that point, it felt good to do that to make people aware about reducing your use of electricity, of recycling your newspaper. There wasn't that much of a plastic menace. So at that point in time, it wasn't clear that we need to move in this direction. And as I shared earlier, like I kind of fell into this space of like solar energy. But like now that I visit, like primarily my customers are factory owners, and these are small factory owners. And they, as Manas was sharing earlier, like they make product that's getting exported to European countries, and the Europeans have standards that need to be followed in terms of environment, in terms of labor practices, in terms of material they use. So a lot of times it gets the data gets fudged that like it's not the right information just so that the product can sell and just so that it can be priced right. But I see now that I travel to all these places, I see how much environmental damage that they do. Like their furnaces are spewing up black smoke. They're dumping chemicals into the rivers. So those are the things that like I see now, and that makes my resolve more to help them at least reduce a bit of to make them a little bit more greener. Now the whole thing about green is like what we talk about is like what comes to mind right now is solar or like renewable energy and probably about electric vehicles. But those aren't the only two things. There are a lot of things you can do for sustainability, and it should not be pushed on anyone like what they should do. Like everybody has their own space and they can start like small or big in whichever way. Like a big corporate can go ahead and like install like a big solar plant, but like a smaller guy who cannot afford a solar plant, he can go with energy efficiency like using LED lights, or if they don't have energy, if they don't have budget for that, they can at least have their employees, they can provide them bicycles, or maybe, like for example, in our company, like we provide our employees free passes for like metro trains and for suburban trains and for buses, so that they can try to use those like formats of transport rather than coming by auto rickshaw or by their own vehicle, right? Likewise, like we give them like, because we cannot afford to have our own solar plant ourselves. Likewise, we give them like bottles so that they don't use the single-use bottles. For us to make them reduce the electricity consumption because they're in the office, we tell them we encourage them at least if it's 2 floors. You climb the steps rather than taking the lift. Like we were coming earlier with so much, and I asked them like, why don't you climb the steps? Like, no, you're a guest, so we'll come up by the lift. It was only 2 floors. So those are small changes that you can start inculcating in your coding or in your team or in like your peers, so that like, it eventually will translate into bigger results. So it doesn't have to be a fancy, expensive solution. It can all be a part of the. It's all a part of the puzzle that we all need to together solve. So that's what my opinion is on this subject. Yeah.
For you, Mr. Manas, has working with sustainability always in your house?
No, not at all. Like I said, there was no sustainability field when I was younger, and I sort of stumbled into it over time. Uh, I think I'll just put it different. I agree with everything that Kita said. I think we have to also recognize that sustainability affects human well-being and health. Right? So when you say factory workers and the spewing of smoke into the environment, yes, you're polluting the air, but your workers are going to be getting sick, right? Your neighbors are going to be getting sick. And so my introduction to environmental issues really was much more from the human angle. And then it went from humans to animals and then to environment. So I really took the long route. And that gives me hope, right? Because if somebody was as unconcerned and uninformed about climate, about environment just 12, 15, 20 years ago can make a big change. I think absolutely anybody in this world, including the worst offenders who the cough, the protesters protest against. I think even they have hope in life, right? That we can make the change. I think the change has to be from smallest to big. It has to be from the kind of lifestyle changes you mentioned to holding our governments, holding our businesses, holding our municipality accountable, and then having the courage to fight for it. I think that's one thing. If I could leave, especially a younger audience with is, I think today what we are lacking, and I'll say this for my generation broadly, I'll say this for me personally. I think really what we are lacking is courage. Courage to make changes, but also then to stand up against those who don't want to be who don't want to do the right thing, right? And you find this not just with climate, but with everything, whether it's animal rights or human rights or environmental, whatever it is, right? There'll always be people who benefit from the problem. And as entrepreneurs, as young people, we need to be able to ask who is benefiting from this problem, because it is not in their interest for change to happen. It's not that they're stupid, it's not that they're ignorant, it's not that, if I just tell this person this idea, they will change. No, they won't, because they benefit from the problem, right? And therefore, how you can have the courage to stand up to it and drive that change over time, in a way without violence, without all the other bad things. So I think for me that's also been part of the journey is to focus on sustainability in a very holistic manner, from personal to everything that I do, and then to also think of it from a human perspective of what is justice, what are the purpose of our life, what kind of society do we want to build, how do we want to treat animals or other creatures, plants, animals, trees, water bodies, mountains. How do you want to treat the poor people or the people who are differently able, who don't have the same advantages or opportunities that we have. And I think that makes life overall it's something very interesting and challenging. So you can't say I'll do sustainability, but I'll be a horrible person in every other aspect, right? You will not be able to do sustainability right. And this is about the whole picture. I say how do I become a better human being? How do we build a better society and a better world for everyone and for everything? So that's I think that's been my perspective on sustainability over the last 30 years. I think they can't hear you.
We would like to know what are some of the roadblocks that have slowed down your pace in your journey.
Where to begin?
So I would think like primary roadblock was like awareness and education of the person I was talking to. I started this journey like in India about like 13 years ago. So in 2010, that point of time, so at that point of time, solar energy was new, a new field. So not many people knew about it, or they had very limited knowledge about it. And the information that they could get was like limited as well because like internet was not as prevalent, mobile data wasn't as cheap. Also, the government did not have as much programs to make people aware about the renewable energy options that people can have. So that was one roadblock. So it took a lot of time to educate and convince people to go for this thing. Right. The other thing was that the government did not have enough policies and programs to promote renewable energy and to also finance renewable energy. And the last part was like finance itself, like because it was new at that point of time, renewable energy for going green, and I think it's true to some extent even now. It's expensive, it's not cheap, so you have to make a big investment into it, like be it big or small, but like you have to make an investment worth making it for them. It is big at whatever scale they're going. So there needs to be support from like the financial institutions and also from government programs. And this government has like promoted it a lot, which has like really made things like easier for the smaller companies to like go solar or go renewable and to do other changes that they need to do in terms of like improving their the efficiencies in their factory to implement like pollution control devices or to have like better, more efficient boilers and furnaces and waste management and sewage treatment plant. So, effluent treatment plant. So, yes, these three things: government policy, for access to finance, and access to information. These three things have been a roadblock, and work and come and give solutions to this. Like, will do good in their business and also help other businesses, become green and sustainable.
And Mr. Manas, during your journey, what were some of the speed breakers that made you feel different?
Uh, I think in addition to what Ankita shared, I think so. A couple of things. One is lack of enough leadership. Again, like I said earlier, people wanting to optimize just for profit or just for revenue, not thinking about the bigger picture. Uh, in India, I say so a lot of the companies I work with are small companies, between 3-4 crores to 20-25 crores in revenue. And I say one of the big problems they face is they have bad customers. Customers who won't pay on time, customers who won't pay the right price, who will negotiate too hard, and then or they will then compete, make two players compete against each other to get the price down. And it's very hard to build a good quality business, pay your workers well, think long term if you don't have good customers, right? So good customers, I think, remains a problem in India. I think that's changing, but sadly, in a lot of Indian businesses, and even government won't pay a good price for a good product. They always want cheaper, cheaper. You want that fashion street mentality to use everywhere. And I think that finding employees also is not always easy. finding people who are generally care about the issue and who have got the skills to help you to build a business and who are affordable and available. These four things don't come together very easy. You'll find the right person, but they're too expensive, or you find somebody who's an amazing human being, but they don't have the skills that you want for that job or for that role, either as a partner, co-founder, or as an employee. So I think the human capital side also does remain challenging, and we don't generally have a very strong entrepreneurial mindset in our country. And big businesses can always pay better. And therefore, you get people, you train them up, and they go and leave for somewhere else. And therefore, you're constantly in this training loop instead of building your business. So those are some of the challenges that I've faced myself also, but much more I've seen with the apartment companies. These are the challenges that they face. So I think as more and more people get equipped and you guys are starting early, thinking about the issue of sustainability, entrepreneurship, career, purpose, etc. Hopefully, over time, we'll also solve a human resource problem. Because one of the things that you said in the introduction is we're the third or fourth, fifth largest economy now. But look, on a per capita basis, we're still number 125 in the world. And a big part of that is our Human Development Index, we are 150 in the world. Right? We've got worse health, worse education, worse equality outcomes than many countries which are much, sort of smaller population GDP wise. Those are things that we need to fix if you want to become not say large economy. As I say, I'm the biggest person in the room, right? If I'm overweight, I can be big. But is that a metric for success? You want to be healthy, you want to be happy. And I think those are the next things that we need to focus on as a country. And for that, I think a lot of these challenges have to be overcome. This is not your mind day. Okay, let's just use this again. Don't do so.
We would like to know what are some of the qualities you look for in a person while building a team?
Yes, I think I'll just answer that question partly, but we definitely want people. As I was saying earlier, I'm from a mechanical field and gave me electrical things. So there's no limitation of the human capability, like they can do whatever like you ask them to do, as long as they're wanting and willing to do it. So I've had like people from commerce background also doing fantastic jobs. They were hired for commerce-based roles, but they are into engineering sales or electrical sales, right? So they pick up on that. So if they have the willing to learn, they definitely will do that. And if they have the willing to be part of the team, they will, succeed at like whatever work you've given them. And lastly, they from beginning, if you are aware about these issues of climate change or sustainability, you are already aware, so you know that in this company you're going to get that opportunity. So if these things are already there in the person, I think he's a good fit for any organization, and that's what people look for. They're not looking at if you score 94.5 or 95.4. Even if you are a 60 percentile student, and if you have the right aptitude and the right culture that you fit into the company will be more than happy to make you part of the team, and then along the way go ahead and train you for that. Manas also mentioned the problem of people switching companies and then you retrain somebody all over again. So if you are in it for the long run and if you see that your goals as an employee or as a prospective employee matches with the company, I think like it's a match made in heaven. So we want people who are motivated, we want people who think about this cause, and we want people who are willing to learn and go along the long journey with us. So that's what we look for.
Hello. I'll break it into three parts. To my opinion. Yeah. We look for hard skills. Either the technical knowledge, whatever the job is, they have the capability to do that job really well. That could be technical, it could be sales, it could be finance, it could be HR, it could be whatever you need to do. Second, if you look for soft skills, can they communicate well? Do they have an ego which prevents them from listening to others? Can they give feedback well? Are they oriented towards teamwork, or do they want to be like, I did this, I'm the hero over here, recognize me? Are they willing to let others grow and nurture, sort of help others to become good at what they do? When times are tough, are they willing to take the hit, or are they just going to protect themselves and let others throw others up in the bus? You look at those, maybe that's in the third bucket. But you look at the soft skills, can they be an effective part of the team? And this is very important because no matter what skills one may have, as individual human beings, we are very, very different. Right? And therefore, also do those personality type of do those soft skills match the culture of the organization very well. If I'm a team player, if I'm always watching out for others, but for whatever reason the organization I'm in is very sharp and goes and on for themselves, obviously I will not be happy there, I will not succeed. So I'm trying to fit myself into the wrong kind of organization. The third piece is the hard skills, soft skills, and third is the personality or orientation or ethics of the person, right? Are they honest? Do they think long term? Are they gonna think only for themselves or for others? Are they gonna break the rule when nobody's watching? Right? So those are then all those things that come to the third bucket. And so really, if you're building a team, the more senior a person is, you want to think very hard about all three. And maybe when the personality becomes the most important thing, because skill you can still learn. If I don't know how to build a solar car, I can learn that. But if the rest of my team don't match with my co-founders or my team, I'm going to get frustrated and create potentially a lot of problems for the organization. Or the organization will create for them. So these are the three buckets of things I will look for. Generally, as startups, what happens is you tend to focus more on the hard skills. Because that's what allows you to deliver tomorrow morning. Can you do this job? Okay, fine, you're hired. Are you available? Can I afford you? Or you're hired. And then many people find, oh, actually, your personality, your soft skills, your ethics, your long-term orientation is not what I want in my company. And those tensions sometimes start. So it's not an easy problem to overcome, and these are the three buckets of things I would urge people to do.
Thank you, Mr. Mohan.
Now we'd like to move into a fun and jovial rapid fire.
Okay.
Okay. Which celebrity would you like to have dinner with, dead or alive?
Maybe Elon Musk.
What is the best part of working in the sustainability?
We come across a lot of new technology, and like it's a lot of fun how to figure out how to integrate it into the existing setup. So it takes a lot of like tinkering around, a lot of like trial and error. So you really get to use a lot of skills that I learned in college or in school. So that's the fun part, I think, about my job.
If you woke up tomorrow as your dream personality, who would it be?
Again, I would say like Elon Musk would be.
Describe your life with a song title.
Song title. I'm pretty bad at both those things, like celebrities and songs, but I think of the U2 song. I'm bad at names of the songs. I also maybe you can have it with the street sample in my head. I'm going to skip that question. I'm sorry.
If you were a judge on the actual Shark Tank,
Okay.
which judge do you see yourself being most like?
Maybe Kevin O'Leary.
What is one professional and personal ethos you live by?
One professional. Sorry.
One professional and personal ethos you live by.
Live and let live. I want to like do my own thing. Like please don't put a roadblock. I'll let you do your own thing. I'll not put a roadblock.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Which celebrity would you like to have dinner with, dead or alive?
I'd maybe go for Martin Luther King.
And what is your favorite music genre?
It would have to be classic slash soft rock from the 1990s. The rock
How do you spend your free time?
Well, for many years between work and kids, I had no free time. But it's reading. I tend to do 1 hour of learning every day, watching videos and reading some and learning. Very bad at my sort of meditation routine. I try to do that. So if I have free time, I would do these things.
Describe your life in a movie title.
Oh, wow. I don't know. It's got to be some sort of competition. It's like, let me give you the plot line. It's not the title. I think it would be one of those coming of age movies where things go wrong, then they become right, then they go wrong again, and then when they're wrong, you realize, oh, actually this is right. It's not so bad after all, right? And something which is just about learning to be becoming more open, more accepting, less egotistical, less self-centered, and then I think you're just learning to enjoy whatever comes your way. So I don't know which movie fits that bill, but maybe one of you can think of a movie that covers that.
If you had the opportunity to be a judge on Shark Tank, would you take it? And which judge would you see yourself being most?
So, I don't know enough about the judges to say which one. I don't watch Shark Tank much. I think it's more drama. I mean, unfortunately, being from the investment banking side, I think it's more drama and entertainment than real ideas of investing. Indian, whatever little bit I watched, now. I mean, you could shoot me, I would not want to be able to. Sorry to say that about them, but maybe that's a role they sign up for. They're also there for their TV for the entertainment. I'm sure that's not who they are in real life. But would I take it? It would depend on the other judges of what the brief was. I think Shark Tank has done a lot to bring the idea of entrepreneurship, risk-taking, innovation into the living room, into the family. So to that extent, I respect the show, I respect the idea. I would like to do it in a way which is much more real and much more reflective of how startups, funding, venture capital actually work. Instead of giving people this notion that in 5 minutes somebody says yes or no to invest, but the real world just doesn't work like that, right? So I think you're giving people the right idea, but creating very wrong expectations. It's kind of like how movies talk about some of the right thing, but they set all the wrong expectation because they want to make it entertaining, right? And therefore the people watch it. So this is how life should be, or relationship should be. This is how my husband or wife should be, right? That's not how their life is. So I think that Shark Tank suffers from that entertainment problem of being entertained. That answers the question.
Okay.
Maybe. I think the answer is maybe.
Describe your college experience in 3 words.
Um, Enjoyable, hectic, and mind opening. That's 4 words.
What is your professional and personal ethos that you live by?
It keeps changing as I grow and mature, but I think today it probably is be as brutally honest as possible, especially to yourself. That's probably what you say.
Thank you.
That was extremely insightful and helpful to us. Now we have an exciting lineup of our budding ecopreneurs. We are elated and can't wait to see their creations. I hope you're just as excited as we are. We now request the logistics members to escort the judges to the judges' table.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Now for the rules of the event. There will be 12 teams, and each team has 7 minutes to present their product. There will be a warning bell that will ring once at 5 minutes, and a final bell will ring twice at 7 minutes. Teams are requested to stay within the time limit.
Can we please have a huge round of applause for our first Good morning, Sharks. Rise and shine because today the Grow Readers are about to drop some eco wisdom that will make you laugh, maybe cry, but definitely consider investing in our game changer, Green Grow Plus. Did you know India is the second largest agricultural country in the world? We've got fields galore, but there's one thing we're a bit short on, and that is mineral fertilizers. It's like having a grand feast, but forgetting about the spices. Exactly. So after months of research, gallons of coffee, and tons of trial and error, mostly error, our fantastic team has come up with our very own Green Grow Plus. So let me introduce you to our team. My name is Kiara Mehta and my chosen career path is marketing, which is where I bring in my strength to formulate marketing strategies for our company. This is Navan Kochandani, and his future lies in finance, which is where he helps us determine capital spelling costs. My name is Anshula Murthy, and my chosen career path is in the field of design, so I bring in my strength of designing our products. This is Priyanka Khendevar, and her chosen career path is in the field of psychology, and she brings in her strength to understand the consumer's needs and trends. Picture this, a dustbin-like machine which we sprinkle across restaurants all over India. They dump in their kitchen waste and voila, we turn it into a magical potion. Well, not really, just a nutrient-packed, eco-friendly fertilizer. But that's not the end of the story. We swoop in and we collect these golden fertilizers weekly and we sell it to the farmers at a price that is so cost efficient that even a scarecrow would jump in joy. This is game changing beauty. This is not just a machine, it is the Picasso of the waste world, turning kitchen scraps into the Mona Lisa of fertilizers. Picture this, folks, the cycle of waste turning into wealth, and that wealth transforming into large, luscious green fields. We're not just selling a product, we're selling a vision of sustainable development, a vision of fields bursting with health. All this by a simple picture of a revolutionary machine. Here we have Navan showing you our product in our golden potion in our easy to transport and yet sustainable packaging. The use of chemical fertilizers has increased drastically. And to get quicker results, farmers are using them even more, which causes so many problems, like reducing the amount of beneficial insects, reducing the growth rate of crops, and even altering the pH levels of the soil. This directly affects the quality of the crops as well as the food we eat, posing a great risk on our health. But we are here to solve all of these problems. And guess what, folks? We're the only ones with a dustbin that's not just a waste solution and a fertilizer factory, but is also cost efficient. And it is a win-win-win for the farmers, the households, as well as the environment. It's like a Bollywood blockbuster with action, drama, and a happy ending. Now let's talk about competition. These guys are in the game, but none of them has the magic formula that benefits everyone. We are like the Avengers of agriculture. Our fertilizers are certified with AgMark and ensure top-most quality. And we intend on making this known by using government initiatives, education policies, and our very own online presence.
Now, for the money talk. Our product. Now, for the money talk. Our product.
Hello? Yeah.
Now, for the money talk. Our product costs 2,500 rupees to manufacture, and we sell it at a price of 4,000 rupees, leaving us with a profit margin of 1,500 rupees per product. That's a profit margin so good that even students with That's enough to buy a collection of farms. So sharks, we are here, hats and hats, asking for a 8 crore rupees for a 6% equity stake now.
Join us in this green revolution, where we turn waste into wealth, loss into investments, and dreams into reality. Go green with Grow Green. Thank you. That was ST01.
Now, please welcome to the stage ST02. Next one, Nisha.
Buildings, buildings, buildings. Where's the greenery? Where's the life? Here's where we come. Green Vine Grows, offering organic gardening services. Our service includes setting up beautiful gardens and teaching residents of buildings proper gardening techniques to ensure no waste.
It's okay.
The aim of our service is to convert unused empty terraces into community gardens. We also provide organic garden kits, which include an organic jute bag, as well as a germinating tray. Then inside a box, we have soil mix. Soil mix, organic fertilizer, nutritional spray, as well as pesticides. We also have maintenance services.
Let me introduce you to our team members. We have Isha Ramchandani, who is a sustainability and gardening expert. We have Diana Sedani, who is the project manager and coordinator. Rasikeshwari Sexeria, who is a community engagement specialist. And I am Maneri Vyas. I'm a financial and grant management specialist. What we do is we convert terraces into organic gardens. Our service encourages the local and organic production of food, which reduces the carbon footprint created by long distance food transportation.
Sustainability refers to the ability to meet the needs of the present without compromising the ability of the future generations to meet their needs. The gardening kits provided by us are convenient and accessible means for individuals to grow organic produce at home. Growing food locally cuts down on the energy required for storage and refrigeration. It also fosters connection with nature, promotes self-sufficiency, and educates individuals about sustainable farming practices. To add credibility to the sustainability, we have several certifications. Our first certification is by APEA, the National Program for Organic Production Certification. The next certification comes from a third party called International Federation of Organic Agriculture Movements through EcoCert India and OneCert India.
So basically, organizations like us that have these certifications are able to reach customers really easily and at the same time access markets. We promote environmentally friendly and socially sustainable agricultural practices in India.
We have also received the Social Accountability International Standard. This certification ensures social responsibility, sustainability, and community engagement. Next comes our competition. Our competition includes Urban Marry, which is a Bangalore-based personal gardener hiring service, as well as Lake My Garden, which is another professional gardening service. What sets us apart is that we include homeowners as well. We aim to build sustainable gardens that improve the lifestyles as well as the health of everyone around. The existing garden kits available in the market are not feasible to make a full-size garden. Our services and tools provide our products at a reasonable cost. The cost of our material is 2,800. Next comes the gardener's salary,
cost of transport. Our selling price for a 10 by 10 square foot garden will be rupees 7,000, giving us a gross profit of 2,500, which is 35.7%, and a net profit of 12.9%.
So let me talk about our sales. We have sold 1,000 gardens till now in financial year 23. By the time this year ends, we are expecting to sell 500 more. This is because of increased demand. I would like to highlight the fact that we are EBITDA positive. For those who do not know, it stands for earnings before interest, tax, depreciation and amortization. We require 60 lakhs for 8% equity in our company. These funds will be used for working capital requirements as well as expansion and growth. We aim at selling 5,000 more gardens in the next financial year and have already received orders. This is because of new because of the BMC policy that has come into place. It makes it compulsory for new buildings with plots over 2,000 square meters to have such gardens.
So we have partnered up with PKR Infra Developers, Rustanji, and Ajay Infra Developers to create sustainable realities. Another marketing strategy that we have is pamphlets, which will be given to the judges right now, as well as an advertisement video, which will be shown. Step by step, one garden at a time. Green Mind Grows is here to make the world shine.
Are you ready to convert your green dreams into sustainable realities with Green Mind Grows?
Thank you.
Well, that was SE02. Devanshi, what do we call a wealthy entrepreneur? A billionaire. Next up, we have SE03.
Good morning, respected judges and our teachers. I am Nivedita Shetty. This is Saloni, Mansi, and Cyrus. Have you ever thought about what happens to all the soaps that you've used in hotels? Well, they get thrown in landfills. According to an article by The Hustle, every year it has been estimated that the hospitality industry generates 440 billion pounds of solid waste, most of which is soap. Our company Bubbles wants to tackle this problem. We want to reduce soap waste in the environment. So, did you know that the simple act of washing our hands can prevent so many diseases? And there's so many schools and local hospitals that do not have this basic feature. Bubbles is a company that specializes in manufacturing and distributing refurbished soaps from numerous hotels. Our company collects soaps from hotels in Mumbai and recycles it. And the hotels which contribute to this will get a certificate. There are companies outside India that have established a very successful business using this method of recycling soaps. But there aren't many in India. Mumbai has so many hotels that throws out waste every single day. Through our company, we want to reduce and try to make Mumbai a bit safer and cleaner. We have a few tie-ups with hotels in Mumbai like DFO, Indie Stay, and the Goa hotels, and we want to expand our business. We also have been approved by ISI and Ecomark. We will employ rural women from India and specifically Maharashtra for now, from Kolhapur, Belgaum, and Nagpur. The process of recycling soaps are first the laborers will be scraping the top layers of the soap to make it perfectly clean, but that's not enough, of course. So the refiners remove dirt and bacteria from the soaps by grinding them into small noodle-like strands And these strands are then heated and mixed to the sterilizing solution in a conveyor belt. Then the sterilized mix will be molded into soap bars, and the conveyor belt will also stamp logos, bubbles, and cut them into individual soap bars. The employees will be packing the soap bars in eco-friendly packaging. We will also be donating 10% of our soap production to schools and hospitals. And I will now hand over. Of course, I'm sorry. So we have partners, that is Clean the World and Uniso. We'll be partnering with them from 2 to 5 years. Um, so this is how the process of making soaps are.
New bars, they say, are completely sanitary. Both companies donate their products to the homeless and children in developing countries. But as these nonprofits perfect the process of dealing with this type of trash, hotels have started to cut back on individually wrapped hygiene products, and some countries are even considering banning them entirely. Despite this, Unisoap and Clean the World continue to grow their soap recycling initiatives beyond their humble beginnings. Both started from a simple question: what happens to this soap after I check out?
Now I'll hand it over to Saloni. She will be talking about the financial aspect about our company.
If you see, if we see from the financial side of our company, we will be hiring 30 rural women who will be paid minimum wage rate according to unskilled labor. And according to calculations, we will be requiring a fund of rupees 20 lakhs 9,000 at the rate of 3%, at the rate of 6% for 3 years. And our profit initially with EMI will be 12.448%, and after paying back the loan, the profit will be 27.659%. The change begins with us, and we request the sharks to kindly invest rupees 20 lakhs at the initial stage of our business, so at the rate of 5% equity.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Well, that is SD03.
Adia, do you know why the business cat attended therapy?
No, why?
Because it had too many personality issues in the office.
Next up, we have SD04.
What is the first thing you do when you wake up in the morning? I wash my face, I drink Bonvita milk, and I put my phone on charger. Wait, go back. What did you say? I put my phone on charger. Oops. It is reported that over 70% of Indians check their phones within their first 10 minutes of waking up, and then they do what? They put it on charge. What if we tell you that this problem is not going to be present anymore? Do you believe me? No. Well, it's better you would, because now we are here to present to you Sunswear, always charged up.
And innovate yet sustainable way of charging your phones without the hassle of carrying a charger.
Good morning, Sharks. I am Anya Fasi, and I am the finance specialist of the group.
Good morning, Shah. I'm Sakshi Desai, the head of marketing and communication.
We have Vandana Shrikant Reddy, our product design head, and Aishali Singh Gupta, who is behind the client, and she is the marketing head.
Good morning, Shahs. Don't you think the pollution movement is getting worse? Diwali, so many crackers, and what's the cause of it? Increase in carbon output from various sources. Electricity generated by coal results in climate change, global warming, and increase in greenhouse gases. And it is a disaster, and thus the only solution to this is Sunsquare. Around in a country as populated as India, there are 70 crore smartphones, and these smartphones require 25 units of electricity in a year. If you multiply it with the current using smartphones, the amount is huge, and so is the carbon emitted.
Sun squares. Sun squares are entirely powered by solar energy and they do not use any external power. Sun square is the only solution to all your problems. We will be using many marketing methods. Sun square is an accessible and approachable brand. We will approach marketing by word of mouth, multi-level marketing, online advertising, and online advertising and social media. Sun is a safer option because there will be no external wiring or any external power used to it compared to power banks. Power banks have a very less life and they need power banks have a very less life or low life as compared to sun square because they need to be charged up more frequently and it will use electricity. In comparison to sun square, we will have a more lifetime. The product will have more lifetime and it will have more electricity. No, it will have more electricity up. Thank you.
Along with this, we also have flyers and posters designed that our marketing and product manager will kindly give to the judges. We plan to distribute these flyers, posters everywhere. Billboards are posters. Advertising are posters. Even the rural areas are spared. Have you heard of Rural Olympics? It happens in Ludhiana, Punjab. We plan to sell it there as well. Our target audience mainly includes young adults and adults in metropolitan cities. But does this mean our product does not cater to the masses? Not at all. Our product is a boon for people living in tier 2 and tier 3 cities where there are power cuts to up to 8 hours a day. It is affordable, accessible, and really good for them. If we talk about certifications, we already have a BIS certificate, which is a mandatory certificate to start any solar power company in India. Other factory licenses, government registration number, company license, articles of association, memorandums of association, and prospectus. We have it all. When it comes to finance, our one product, one unit, which Manita will show us, will be retailed at 350 rupees per unit. It will have a gross profit of 87%, which means we manufacture one unit at only 55 rupees. If we subtract other costs like personnel, advertising, media, sales, everything, we will still be left with a 37% net profit. This is just after manufacturing 10 lakh units per year. We project to produce 50 lakh units in the next 5 years, which will penetrate 2.4% of the smartphone industry in India. Once we do that, our net profit will jump straight to 50%. So don't you think it's a good idea to invest in us now? We are here to demand an investment for 2.5 crores in exchange of 10% equity. As Mr. Ankit said, it might be a little expensive, but it will always go well in the long run. Thank you so much.
That was SP04. Now we like to play a small game with the audience. Guess the brand by the ad tagline. The ad tagline is "Just Do It." Thank you. Next up we have SP05.
Hello. Switch it on. Yeah. Hello.
Can you guys hear me? Sorry, that's right. So we are Diabex, and we have come up with innovative solutions to treat diabetes. Firstly in India, and then throughout the globe. So I am Vedant Saraf. I'm the head of research and development.
I'm Rajiv Jani, the head of marketing.
I'm Darshit Vani, the head of finance.
That's Vidhi Nayak, head of sales, and I'm Nidhi Sahni, head of design.
So to start off, I'll tell you a little bit about diabetes. It's basically when your body cannot break down the sugar that you consume. And it comes in two types basically. The first is type 1, in which the body itself does not produce the insulin that is required to break down, and type 2, in which the body cannot use the insulin that is being produced. In India, diabetes is a very big issue. There are already 74 million Indians as of 2021 who have been diagnosed with diabetes, and by 2045, this number is predicted to go up to almost 124 million. So we at Baaigars have come up with innovative solutions through patches that we will use to treat diabetes. So the question arises, why Baaigars? Now, as you can see on the slide, the estimates show that 2 out of 3 children and almost 1/4 adults have a strong fear of needles. So we at Baaigars have mitigated that issue completely. We've just removed needles from the equation. Our patches are very easy to use. It's just like a band-aid that you slap onto your skin and you leave it on for the rest of the day, and then you peel it off at the end of the day. And and our design of the patches reduce waste. It is extremely environmentally friendly. They have been produced using a certain compound and a type of latex, which is strong enough to hold the medicine that we are administering, but at the same time, it is also easily decomposable. And so we've come up with certain memes, as you can see on the board, that is to target the younger audience so that they can spread the messages well through their families. Because primarily they're on meme pages, and it's noticed that adults usually listen to their children and their other house members.
Okay, I'll be explaining on how our product works. So Baaigars is a unique solution in the Indian market, and it's just worn like a sticker. So here's an example of how our product would look like. So as you can see, the upper part is where the insulin would be present, and there's also adhesive on the other side, so the pad stays in place. Now the bottom part of the product has nodules, but these nodules are so tiny that they do not interfere into the person's daily life, and they can continue with their activities like a normal routine. So we also have various designs so that they can cater to all ages, and people are able to choose according to their liking, and it's not like a normal thing that everyone can use. So an example of how one could use this would just be like they would all have to do is take out the bottom part and just stick it on this. Now they can continue with their daily activities like they would every day without any hindrance.
Right. So the next part would be our certifications. In this industry that we are in, it is very important that you are certified, because otherwise you are not trusted at all. As you can see on the screen, we are in compliance with the Drugs and Cosmetic Act of 1940, the Drugs and Cosmetic Rules of 1945, and the Medical Devices Rules of 2017. We have also passed the CDSCO inspection and are already being sold in the Indian markets. Keeping in mind that the US is the largest market for diabetes products, and they have a huge market share in the world, we have also sought approval from the American FDA and have gained that approval. And we can choose to expand our business to the United States if need arises.
So at Baaigars, we face 2 types of competition. One is indirect competition, that is with the companies that produce plastic syringes and other insulin medicines in the market. And the second is the direct competition, which is against companies like Novo Nordisk, Sanofi, Abbott, and AstraZeneca, in insulin and SGLT2 in drugs. So we at Baaigars are trying to capture the market size with our affordable patches.
That's another name.
So our revenue statements for the financial year 22-23 are we had a revenue growth of revenue of rupees 50 lakhs, expenditure of 30 lakhs, resulting in profits of rupees 20 lakhs. And in financial year 23-24 up to December, we have had revenue of 60 lakhs, expenditure of 25 lakhs, resulting in profits of 35 lakhs before tax.
So coming on to the marketing part, we concentrate on the 4 P's of marketing: product, price, place, and promotion. So under product, we have a sole product with a sole motive, that is helping people suffering from diabetes. So under the pricing, we follow the skimming and penetrating pricing policy so that we get a large share in the market, and at the same time we maintain a high margin of our profits and also keep a check on our competitors' prices. So there are we sell three kinds of patches, three boxes. So one where 5 packs are sold at 499, where 15 packs are sold at 1,499, and where 30 packs are sold for 2,790. So the cost of we come to the unit economics. The cost of production of a single unit is 25 rupees. The revenue we get on the sale of a single unit is 100 rupees. So the estimated net profit on one unit is 75 rupees. So coming into the marketing and advertising plan, so we cater it to 4 methods. So first is the door-to-door personal selling. So we send our salesmen to the clinics of doctors and research analysts, and we show them our product and how it is used and how it is a better this replacement to the former syringe method. So this being very time consuming and costly method will be used only during the initial stages, and once we gain popularity in the market, it will be stopped. Then online and physical conferences. We have held many physical conferences in India's metropolitan cities like Mumbai, Chennai, Kolkata, Delhi, Bangalore. We have invited large number of doctors and research analysts and introduced them to our new product. Online access. So we also try to gain online access through digital platforms. PharmEasy is one of our examples. We are trying to advertise our product on their platform in exchange of a small discount on our products. So Mission Apollo, we are in talks with the Apollo hospitals and their branches so that we can sell our products to their branches because they want to expand in the field of diabetes and we can provide them a safe and secure distribution channel.
So we at Baaigars are asking for an investment of 25 lakhs in exchange of 4% equity share of our company, and we would allocate these funds towards boosting and scaling up our marketing plans. And also we hope our investors to be our brand ambassadors to help us make Baaigars the leading insulin provider in the world. We have prepared a short advertisement for our company.
So guys, help us help you save lives and the environment. Thank you.
Adia, what are your thoughts about nepotism in a work environment?
I think it's a good way to get ahead as long as you're the right person. Next up, we have SD06. Okay, we'll play one more game with the audience. Guess the brand by the ad tagline is fast to cook and good to eat.
Yes, that's it. Maggie.
Another one, you're worth it.
Yeah, that is correct.
Thank you. Next up, we have SD06.
Revamp, where trends get a new twist. Do you have old clothes that seem like a bore? But now getting rid of them won't feel like such a chore. With our doing the marketing and my shop finance, our idea is going to make you want to dance. With Sanika doing the design and Kimaya the presentation, Revamp is your perfect fashion destination. Revamp is a thrift store that is the heart of the clothing industry. As we all know that due to fast fashion, there is a huge accumulation of waste cloth material. Revamp offers a solution for this by reducing cloth wastage, by recycling clothes and putting them up for second-hand sale. Our unique selling point is using donated clothes to make new fashion trends. For example, using a shirt with stained sleeves and and turning it into a store. Okay, Maya will now take over.
This is our prototyping process. This is a sample of a coffee stain shirt which we revamped into. So we at Revamp, we aim to grow through acquisition of social media through posters and jingles. We will also be partnering up with H&M as it promotes sustainable fashion. Sustainable fashion is something as H&M does. It aims to use 30% of its recycled material and use that in the production of its commercial business. Our competition is comic clothing lens, creative signage, MRP and offering street. This is our Instagram page consisting of an engaging following of 250k followers. And that is our now I can hand over to Alan to go on to the sustainability features.
So for the sustainability features, we follow the method of 3 C's: cube, content, and curve. Cube refers to the size and shape of the packaging. We try to make our packaging as compact and lightweight as possible so as to save resources and make it big enough for us to fit the contents inside. Content refers to the packaging material itself. We aim to use recyclable and biodegradable materials. We at Revamp personally use honeycomb paper, which is 100% biodegradable. The aim of content is to make sure that the materials we use do not harm the environment and safely are either composed or returned to the environment without releasing any chemicals. Lastly, curve. Curve refers to what happens to the packaging material after it has served the purpose. When we use something like honeycomb paper, it is easy for them to compose and go back to the soil from where they have come. Now, the curve helps us to reduce the natural resources that we have used and reduce the amount of waste that reaches the massive piles in the landfill. We also aim to conserve resources and minimize pollution. We do this by offering second-hand sale of existing materials rather than producing new items which would add to the pollution in the process of production. Lastly, we prevent exploitation of resources, may that be humans or natural resources. We have got the C2C of Trader to Trader certification. C2C is a certification which huge companies like Amazon and Walmart have implemented as well. C2C aims at not just producing less bad items, but also more good products for the environment and people. Now, C2C has 5 main categories, but we decided to focus on 2. First, being material health. We ensure that the materials we use at Revamp are perfectly safe for the people and planet. Second is social fairness. We aim to achieve social fairness by embracing fair and equitable workforce, which engages in healthy competition. Now, in order to get C2C certified, we have to engage with MBDC. MBDC stands for McDonough Bronchard Design Chemistry. Now, to get certified, we engage with the following processes. First, we engage with MBDC, wherein they reviewed and assessed our bill of materials for certification and to check whether they're good enough. Secondly, they assessed our data against product standard criteria and helped us develop optimizing strategies such as what material to use, how can we make our people feel better at the workplace. Thirdly, they submitted an assessment and summary and audit report to the C2C for final verification and certification. And lastly, they assured us that every 2 years they will collect new data and help us improvise. Now I call upon Maisha who will explain the revenue model.
So this is the unit economics, and with the MRP of a product being 500 rupees, it consists of the making cost, which is 150 rupees, consumer acquisition cost, which is 100 rupees, transport, which is 50 rupees, GST being 32.5 rupees, and the profit is 167.5 rupees. We have seen quite promising sales. So in FY 2021, we made 50 lakhs. In FY 2022, we made 80 lakhs. And in FY 2023 till October, we have made 95 lakhs. The estimated sales for the end of financial year 2023 is 1.3 crores. The gross margin is 60% and our profit is 18% and our growth rate is 20%. So the estimated quantity we sold in financial year 2024, when the growth rate is 20%, is 26,000 clothing pieces, and we aim to sell about 54,000 clothing pieces within the next 5 years. Our ask is 50 lakhs for 5% equity.
Thank you.
This is Rima signing off.
That was ST06. Nelson Mandela, the greatest glory in living life, not in never failing, but in rising every time we fall.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, esteemed sharks. Today, I am thrilled to present a unique and promising investment opportunity in the beauty industry. Our product, Good Grind, is a revolutionary body scrub designed to rejuvenate and refresh skin. Body scrubs have gained immense popularity due to their skincare benefits, and this is a prime time to enter the market with a unique proposition. About our team. Meet the dynamic and passionate individuals behind the magic of our renowned coffee body scrub, The Brand. Committed to delivering a luxurious and rejuvenating experience for every user, this team combines expertise, creativity, and a shared love for skincare. Allow me to introduce our first member, Anya Keswani, the sourcing specialist. Sustainability is at the core of our values, and our very own sourcing specialist ensures that every ingredient is ethically sourced. She plays a crucial role in ensuring that Bill Grimes products not only make you feel good, but also contribute positively to the planet.
Next up, we have Anushka Nahal, Marketing Maestro. The Marketing Maestro is the face of the brand. With a deep understanding of the beauty industry and knack for storytelling, Malishka excels in conveying the unique benefits of our coffee body scrub. Her strength lies in crafting compelling narratives that resonate with our audience, creating a loyal community of the grind enthusiasts.
Last but not the least, we have Trisha Mehta, the quality queen. Maintaining the highest standards is not negotiable for a brand, and the quality queen ensures that each batch meets our rigorous criteria. With an eagle eye for detail, Trisha guarantees our coffee body scrub not only feels luxurious, but constantly delivers on its promises, leaving every customer satisfied. How is it sustainable? Eco-friendly packaging. We use recyclable, biodegradable, and reusable packaging methods to minimize waste. Supporting environmental causes. We donate a portion of our profits to environmental conservation organizations. Reusable or refillable containers. Our customers are offered one free refill of our cold scrub in reusable containers for every 5 bottles they purchase. Certifications, audits, and CSR activities. At the Grind, we pride our commitment to sustainability and environmental responsibility. Our coffee body scrub not only pampers the skin but also embodies a dedication to the planet. Here are the highlights of our environmental and sustainability features. Certifications. The Grind is proud to put certifications such as organic and fair trade, emphasizing our commitment to ethical practices and environmental stewardship. Third-party audits. Regular third-party audits are conducted to ensure that environmental and sustainability claims are upheld. These audits provide transparency and accountability, which assure our customers of a genuine commitment. CSR initiatives. As part of our corporate social responsibility, we engaged in community initiatives, such as supporting local environment projects, educational programs, and community development, contributing to the well-being of the regions where our inhabitants live.
Marketing practice, brand positioning and messaging. Our aim is to emphasize the brand as a luxury, sustainable, and indulgent skincare brand. The key benefits include exfoliation, nourishment, and the invigorating aroma of coffee. We are proud to say that our coffee scrub is completely natural, cruelty-free, and eco-friendly. Target audience. Our target audience includes women aged 18 to 45 who prioritize natural and sustainable beauty products, eco-conscious consumers who seek cruelty-free and vegan skincare options, and beauty enthusiasts who enjoy pampering themselves with high-quality products. Online presence. Customers can go to the official The Brand website for a seamless shopping experience featuring product information, customer testimonials, and educational content on the relevance of the skin. We are also active on Instagram, Facebook, and Pinterest for visually appealing content and user-generated content ideas. Influencer collaborations. We aspire to partner with beauty influencers and skincare experts who align with the brand's values and encourage influencers to share their skincare routines incorporating the brand, fostering authenticity and trust. Profitability. Every unit of our product is priced at ₹650 when sold to our valued customers. The production cost for each unit covering manufacturing, raw materials, and associated expenses is ₹150. This reflects a profit of ₹500 per unit, representing the positive financial gain after covering the production costs. We take pride in offering a high-quality product while maintaining a sustainable and profitable business model. Your support allows us to continue delivering excellence in every unit we create.
5 years projection plan. Year 1. Launch and build awareness. Sales will be 50,000 units. We are debuting with Brand Coffee's Club with the social media blitz, influencer partnerships, and exclusive launch promotions. Year 2. Expand distribution and increase production. Sales goal 150,000 units. We see that the brand is setting high-end retailers and spas. We are scaling up production to meet demand and introducing new variants to cater to your preferences. Year 3. Strengthen brand loyalty and introduce subscription services. Sales goal 3 lakh units. Loyalty is rewarded with exclusive perks. Subscribe to never miss out on the brand. And join us in eco-conscious initiatives and subscription-based collaborations. Year 4. International expansion and product line extension. Sales goal 5 lakh units. The brand goes global. Explore our extended product line featuring magic lotions and customized scrubs. The revolution in skincare continues. Year 5. Diversification and strategic partnerships. Sales goal 10 lakh units. Partnering with luxury hotels, diversifying our product range, and maintaining a commitment to sustainability. Join us as we redefine beauty one brand at a time. Funding required. We are selling the dry coffee scrub at prices starting from ₹650 depending on the sizes, which range from 100 ml to 500 ml. In conclusion, we believe that the brand has the potential to disrupt the body scrub market with its unique blend of natural ingredients, eco-friendly packaging, and strong marketing strategy. With your support, we aim to make this product a household name in the beauty industry. We invite you, sharks, to invest 70 lakhs for a 10% equity stake in our business and be a part of this exciting journey towards transforming the beauty industry. Thank you for your consideration.
That was SD07.
Adiya, did you know I've started a small business building boats in my attic?
That's so cool.
Sales are going through the roof.
Next up, we have SD08. Okay. One more tagline that you need to guess the brand of. Make it happen.
Yeah, that is correct.
Next up, one more tagline which should be very easy. I'm loving it.
That is correct.
Thank you. Next up, SB08.
This face wash sanitizing was very dry. Wow, it feels refreshing.
You're gonna wanna be my best friend, baby. You're gonna wanna be my best friend. You're gonna wanna be my best friend, baby. You're gonna wanna be my best friend.
What's in your pocket? Imagine this scenario. You just completed an intense workout at the gym and you're feeling energized and accomplished. But shortly after, you start noticing signs of post-gym acne and breakouts. It's frustrating, right? Well, what if I told you there's a solution to this common problem?
Post-workout skincare is crucial not only for girls but even as boys. Physical activity leads to increased sweat and oil production, which can clog pores and cause breakouts for everyone. Good skincare is not limited by gender only. It's about ensuring that everyone can enjoy the benefits of exercise without compromising their skin.
Face Brush Sanitizing Mist is specifically designed not only to prevent acne and impurities from your face, but also to maintain clear and healthy skin. It's time to say goodbye to those skincare woes and enter a new era of confidence and skincare excellence.
This sanitizing gel mist consists of a blend of amazing natural ingredients. Infused with the soothing properties of aloe vera gel, it offers a very refreshing experience. Hyaluronic acid contributes to the increased hydration and makes the skin moisturized and supple. The inclusion of salicylic acid adds a touch of exfoliation, which removes impurities from the skin and also kills the acne-causing bacteria. To shield the skin from the harmful UV rays, The formula incorporates SPF 50, providing a solution for maintaining skin wellness while you stay acne safe post the journey.
Our costume sanitizing mist not only has skin protection qualities but also strives to be more environmentally sustainable. The packaging is a key highlight crafted from recycled materials in order to minimize our ecological footprint. We take great pride in sourcing certifications from reputable sustainable organizations like the Forest Stewardship Council as well as the Sustainable Forestry Initiative, attesting to our dedication to responsible sourcing and production.
Our manufacturing process meets the highest environmental standards by focusing not only on energy efficiency but also on waste reduction. Badges from eco-friendly labels like the Green Seal and Cradle to Cradle validate our commitment to a sustainable future. We are not just a product, but we are also dedicated to a greener future, aligning every aspect of our business with environmental responsibility and social consciousness.
Now, what's our marketing plan? We will have free samples at beauty stores, wellness centers, as well as gyms, along with a small brochure emphasizing on all the key benefits of our product. We will also have a complete online presence with a user-friendly website with convenient purchasing, as well as a strong social media presence, collaborations with influencers, as well as skincare groups.
Our profit margins are strong with a solid 240 rupees profit per unit, derived from a strategic selling point of 599 and a cost price of 359. The initial investment being 60 lakhs has been the foundation of our venture. We are anticipating a 10% annual growth. Let me paint a picture for the next 5 years. Year 1, we're looking at around 28,750 units to be sold. Year 2, a jump to 33,063 units. Year 3, a solid 38,022 units. Year 4, an impressive 43,825 units. By year 5, a significant 50,399 units. This isn't just a business, it's a journey, and we invite you to join us on this ride. Esteemed sharks, we stand before you today to present a compelling investment opportunity in a product that prioritizes skincare but defines the future of post-gym sanitization. Now, with our rapid growth, we envision a future of 10% growth annually. We invite you, the sharks, to invest 1.5 crores for 7% equity stake in our venture. We're not just asking for an investment, we're seeking a partnership from you. With your guidance, we can steer the ship towards an unparalleled success. With your so sharks, join us in shaping the future and redefining success. So you too can feel fresh with face.
Well, that was ST08. Now I like to say a quote by Conrad Hilton. Success seems to be connected with action. Successful people keep moving, they make mistakes, but they don't quit. Next up, we have ST09.
Morning sharks. Our product portrays a very crucial part of all of our childhood. Throughout our childhood, we all have been surrounded by Barbies and Hot Wheels. We believe that our products are nothing but just a cool carton of the plastic substitutes that are available in the market.
At our company, the Toy Stories, we have a diverse group of individuals that bring different opinions to the table. We have individuals from the commerce, humanities, as well as science that bring different perspectives that help in contributing to making our business a success.
At Toy Stories, we make eco-friendly toys that not only help in reducing the unnecessary plastic waste on the planet, but also produce a much smaller carbon footprint during the production process. It is safe for children as well as the earth.
Our mission is to provide children with safe and sustainable toys that promote creativity, imagination, and environmental consciousness. Our company ensures that the products have a great impact on consumers' lives by creating memories as well as a future, as well as ensuring a future safety.
The materials used for manufacturing our products are bamboo, sawdust, coffee, recycled paper, and organic cotton. These products reduce waste and also conserve resources, which are biodegradable and
our company specializes in wooden toys, stuffed animals, and building sets that help in preserving the earth as well as create a safer environment for the children. The motto of our company is to reduce, sustain, and educate. So this is one of our specialized product, which is made up of sawdust and thus it is biodegradable. Therefore, can be composed in the future. It's an excellent game which all of us remember playing in our childhood, and some of us will still do play in our one of us free times. Now my friend will take over you to the market analysis. Due to the growing impact the toy industry has on the environment, parents have become more conscious and seek for eco-friendly alternatives. Our company not only spread awareness will also educate the children on the importance of preserving the environment. Our sustainability goals include expanding our product line to offer a wider range of eco-friendly products. Collaboration with other sustainable brands offers a helping hand in both growing the business as well as improving the environmental conditions. Our company not only uses recycled materials but also reduces the amount of plastic and other harmful materials that end up in oceans and landfills. Our company paves the way for other companies to preserve the environment better. Our toys are and will be manufactured using energy efficient processes and equipment which reduce carbon emission during production. Our aim is to maximize the use of any scrap paper or materials. Minimal packaging is a must to ensure better functioning of our company. Our competitions include Lego, Toy Zone, and LED. These companies focusing on beautifying the products rather than the impact they have on the environment. Our proposed marketing plan is to make our brand widely known through advertisements, PR packages to child influencers, and celebrity gifts. We also plan workshops for our children to get a good look about our toys. In our company, Toys for These, what makes us stand out from our competitors is that we employ individuals who are specially able and also train and educate the people who are afflicted by poverty. Our company has been running in the past 2 years. Our profits have been 60% and 62% in the last year. Our investment has been 5 crores and 10 crores respectively. We have presented the judges the progression of our company to get a detailed amount of the value. We offer 3 crores for 8% of our company. Our total valuation of our company is 32 crores. We Woody and Buzz. We wanted Woody and Buzz and Power Adventures. We do want to do the same thing. We invite you to join forces and create a better future. Let's all not just make a deal. Let's make history. Thank you.
Now we do another guest tagline. Finger looking good. Next up we have SP10. You guys okay. What is the brand for the Taste of India? Taste the thunder. देश का नमक. Well, that presentation that you just had was quite interesting. Would you buy that product? Next up, we have SE10.
So agrofin, in the era of where technology is rapidly changing and breaking boundaries of what's physically possible, agrofin is emerging as a game changer in the agricultural industry. So agrofin is a revolutionary application for farmers, for garden enthusiasts, and for agronomists by providing instant information and a simple solution for plant health through a simple photograph. So before I dive into any detail, let me introduce to you my team members. Firstly, my name is Meher Sabarwal. I'm the project manager and the community manager, and I'm able to organize tasks, manage resources, and maintain project timelines, and to establish a clear communication between my team members, the clients, and the stakeholders to make sure that everyone is aligned with the project. Second, we have Pranav Ramsinghani, who is the co-founder and the app developer, a full stack developer. Now, Pranav is really good at programming skills and has the ability to learn and implement new programming languages as per our app. Next, we have Rihan Dodi, who is also a co-founder, the app designer, and a content creator. Now, Rihan is able to create engaging and compelling content that resonates with the target audience and also understand the user behavior and preferences to create an interface that is easy to use and navigate. Next, we have Arhan Patel, who is a co-founder, quality assurance tester, and a sales and marketing specialist. Now, Arhan has knowledge of various testing methods and is able to use a comprehensive testing method and is able to develop effective marketing strategies so as to promote the awareness of our app.
Set to use the Agrofin app. Agrofin is an easy to use app. We can use this app with three simple steps. First, we can download and open the Agrofin app from your iOS and Android stores. Secondly, we can search for various fertilizers and the harvesting products using our app's marketplace. Thirdly, we can search about one's crop using Agrofin's AI technology. You ask me how is our product sustainable? Here I show it. Firstly, it reduces chemical usage as our app helps in detecting plant diseases. It helps the farmers to apply targeted techniques to reduce the plant diseases, which helps in minimizing the chemical uses and promote overall environment efficiency. Secondly, it improves soil health. As our app helps in detecting diseases, it improves soil health. Characteristics of good soil are subsequent carbon cycle, uh, good uh, efficient, prevented from soil erosion, and would be our top high pH levels. Thirdly, it would be we would be imparting sustainable agriculture practices to our farmers, where we will be teaching them new methods and other giving them knowledge about various agricultural practices like organic farming, step cropping, and also we'll be educating them about how to maintain soil fertility and how to save your soil from erosion. Fourthly, it will be our app will be based on data-driven agriculture, as we'll be collecting data from the plant diseases and the treatment efficiencies. We will be collecting data which will be important for broader agricultural development.
So Agrofin is accredited with ISO 14001 and ARMA, which helps us prove that Agrofin is accurate and trustworthy.
So the way we market our app is we collaborate with NGOs like Watershed Organization Trust and others which help Indian farmers to sustain their crops. Secondly, we partner up with NABARD, which helps us to create data-driven innovations. And thirdly, we also upload our social game by posting our various success stories of how farmers are being benefited by our product. We also have created posters that spread awareness about as you all know there's no technology in most of the places in rural areas. So we have created posters that shall be given to the farmers as they approach the NGOs, so that every farmer can sustain their crops.
So let's talk about the profitability. So there are around a total of 11.8 crore farmers in India, and our app has successfully acquired 2 crore farmers as a monthly users in just 1 year. And now for every 10,000 impression, we get rupees 900. So therefore, our monthly revenue is rupees 18 lakh. We also incur various types of costs. First is our development cost, which we have divided into 5 years. Our maintenance cost, which is 50% of our development cost. Salary to the 7 employees that we have hired, and our marketing costs. So therefore, our monthly profit is 6,25,700, and our yearly profit is 75 lakh 8,400, which is distributed between the partners in equal profit sharing ratio. So our initial investment was rupees 30 lakhs, which was contributed collectively, and our ask is for rupees 20 lakhs for 5% equity. So Shafs, as you all said that it's essential for a business to earn profits, but it should be achieved as a byproduct of making lives better. So therefore, we have created the AgroFin app to empower agriculture and to collect and to cultivate success. Thank you.
Honorable audience, may I have your attention? Thank you for your patience. We have two more teams. Remember the attention that the teachers give when you write your question paper or when you are saying the answer in the class. Your own colleagues and friends need that kind of attention when they are speaking. They need to concentrate. So they expect your cooperation. Remember, it's a give and take. You want your teachers to listen to your presentations in class attentively. The students up here also deserve that kind of attention. Please try and learn as much as you can. Enjoy, give your inputs. Alright? And we have two more teams to go. Thank you so much.
The guy is SP10. Now we have a small game. Can anyone name a brand starting with R?
Raymond.
Thank you. Next up we have ST11.
Good morning, class. We at Target have made it our mission to provide eco-friendly and sustainable traveling to our consumers and thus help minimize our impact, human impact on environment. In my team, I am Manch Bansal, the founder of Target. We have Biman Bansali, the financial and accounting head, Pratham Bachani, the marketing head, and Guranj Kohli, the delivery and transportation head.
At Target, we embark on a journey to redefine the standards of tarpaulin excellence. Committed to delivering unmatched durability, versatility, and sustainability, we weave a fabric of trust with our customers by leaving a minimal environmental footprint.
These are some of the sustainability features that our product has. Water-based inks. So our product, we use water-based inks to print our company logo and brand name onto the tarpaulin. This is much better than the traditional solvent-based inks because they do not have any toxic chemicals or PVC in them. This is one of the main features that sets our product apart from other products. We also use energy efficient methods of production because almost 60% of the energy requirement comes from sustainable solar energy. Our products help in reducing waste greatly because our main source of raw material is waste plastics that we collect from a network of craft pickers and job pickers. We also help grow the local economies by buying our products from the local areas correct, through a network of craft pickers and junk dealers which we have made from across the city. We also have certifications from ISO and BIS which help our customers get the certificate of authenticity.
Customer supported programs, the existing customers will give a word of mouth to the new customers to promote the brand. Sponsoring local events. We will sponsor local events at a low price to collaborations with local contractors. We'll sell our product to contractors at a discounted price. While you get branded, we will have a brand posters at public transports. Manufacturing, we have decided to partner with Staples of India and NGO. It collects plastic at rupees 1 per kg, and we have in contact with brand figures who will buy plastic from rupees 2.5 rupees per kg.
So the profitability plan, we will buy plastic waste from the NGOs at rupees 1 per kg and from the junk dealers at rupees 2.5 per kg. We aim at selling the tarpaulin at 6 rupees per square foot for both custom and ready-made orders and according to the government need, builders, slums, etc. The profitability based on the previous month's data, we have been averaging approximately rupees 5 lakh a month with revenue touching rupees 60 lakhs. The initial investment of the company is rupees 75 lakhs and we value the company at rupees 3 crores. The future aim of the business is to expand to recycled plastics in producing plastic bottles as well as plastic garbage bags. We see a realistic investment of rupees 30 lakhs at the equity of at the rate of 8% equity. Apart from the investment, we see the excellence and the expertise that you carry in the business to take this business to another level.
That was SD11. Can anyone name a brand starting with L? With Z?
Now welcome to the stage our last team for today, ST12.
Greetings, one and all present. We are the Sunbeams team here to pitch on Solar Car Flash 1.
Hey guys, let me begin by saying that global warming is a very real thing, right? Temperatures are increasing, the temperatures of Earth are increasing purely because of greenhouse gases, the increase in greenhouse gases. So here we have a solar powered car, which means it's powered by the sun. It's as renewable as it gets, right? There's not more to say about that. It's a solar powered car. It's pretty self-explanatory.
So now you will think that why should I use a solar car if it's so hot outside? Well, this is the part where our motto comes in place. So our motto is hot outside, cool inside. Basically my life. But in other words, basically, what I actually meant to say is our car has a solid cooling system which enables us to ensure no overheating in any and all products. Our car uses copper instead of any other metals so that we can ensure charging 24/7 if used, if not otherwise also, and prevent any overheating because you will get fried in your own car. And then it goes against our motto. To say you'll be hot and hot.
Okay guys, so this is how prototype works. We will be passing the prototype for the sharks to see and just have a look at.
So that you will believe we're not scamming. But it's a genuine idea.
available to help curb the global warming problem and ensure better driving. So the Sunbeam Team group members, I'm very proud to present Mr. Urva Desai. He's the founder and manufacturer. We have my oldest friend, Mr. Jay Pereira, for product design and distribution. And of course, there is me for PR and marketing. And there is the man himself, Nihal Chaudhary. This is a very important moment in my life, and I wanted to stress importance on what would happen if the sharks say yes and should they say no. So if you will say yes, this is a photo of the first Sunbeam Team group meeting where we decided it's a genuine idea. This is what's going to happen to us if you say no. So please.
Okay guys, so now I'm going to talk about the advantages for a solar powered car over an electric car, because when you think about renewable sources and cars, electric cars of course comes to mind, specifically Tesla. So to start off by saying is that you don't require to be in one place to charge your car. You can charge it on the go. You can drive your car as long as the sun is shining. You can drive your car and be charging. You have the power to drive wherever you want. Like I think you had already said that you had driven a solar powered car, right? Yeah, so you can charge on a lamp, so you don't need to worry about it stopping in the middle of the road or anything like that, right?
And in terms of other advantages of solar cars, a lot of people that I know use electric automobiles or vehicles wherein they need to charge them for prolonged hours on end and only get a short mileage or very little run time. So this also helps curb that problem because you use a lot of electricity. As mentioned in the presentation, over 60% of total global electricity generated is because of fossil fuels, usually required in running of factories or charging automobiles. So our product, Flash One, breaks that. So now, how will this kind of a car actually function? So, in response to the Automobile Research Association of India or ARAI's rules of regulation, which decides what kind of a car is suitable for commercial use or even private, we have made sure that even a prototype present in front of you follows all of these and ensures basic safety norms, so that none of us get fried and we continue to become good businessmen with the guidance of the sharks. We are also trying to follow the vehicle type approval certification so that once we genuinely are able to produce our first commercially scalable car, it will follow the approvals. Over to the more money-minded Sindhi part of it, what I wanted to say was that our car is a whopping 42.5 lakhs at selling price. Howsoever, the cost of production is 32.5 lakhs. Now, some people may think, oh, this is a little bit expensive and it's just not affordable to many people. While we understand that problem, in the beginning stages, us being only novices of 17 years old, have come up with this estimate. With guidance of the sharks present in front of us, we hope to maximize profit and reduce costs to make it available to as many people as possible. Many brands like Yulu have done a similar thing for electric two-wheeler vehicles. So our plan is that even if we try and market it at 42.5 lakhs, basically some overhead costs, etc., will usually occur, and after scaling, because of brand dealerships, partnerships, etc., in the beginning we might have to reduce the price to generate more investment. With investment generated, we plan on increasing our efficiency, expanding resources, and repaying our investors.
Okay guys, now finally, we're asking for 10 crores for 15% equity in our company. Sharks, up to you.
The reason why we're asking for such a large amount is because any car, be it our own family, so our friends, or anyone else's, is not easy to produce. A proper set of equipment is required, machinery, and so on. And you cannot produce it in your own garage or in your building or in your friend's bungalow or anything like that. You need a proper factory with the necessary equipment. None of us have that ability right now, which is why we are looking to the sharks to help us. With the first 5 crores of the loan, we plan on displaying a few prototypes made in a small factory setup to people, similar to what the Tesla truck did, and generating pre-orders. Of course, if you order something online or before it releases, you will pay a certain amount to book your order. So that will generate additional revenue, enabling us to produce more cars.
Okay guys, that's it. So as our motto says,
hot outside,
cool inside.
Thank you.
While the judges decide and they calculate the scores, I just want to share that we started work on these presentations and these ideations in the month of September, if I'm not mistaken. In September, these students, all of 11th and 12th, it was a compulsory activity. They made a total of 27 teams. A total of 27 teams participated, and we gave them the guidelines in record time. They ideated, they created original plans, and they gave us mock presentations of up to 2 to 3 minutes. So on that day, we saw 27 presentations together. So each team presented and the others had a look. The decision on the 12 teams that you see that were shortlisted was done by the process of voting. So what we did was, we had the teams up here, the other members, their friends, were actually giving votes on 3 criteria. Then all the votes for that particular team were totaled and tallied. And the top 12 teams have come in front of you today. They have refined their presentation over the vacations, over October, November. Remember, most of them are 12th standards. They also worked on their prelim exam. Along with that, to get into such technical details, to get into so much refinement in their own presentation style, product development, that has been their journey for 4 months, and this has been the product. So a very big round of applause to all their efforts and their ideas, and I'm sure some of these are going to become successful businesses and business people. I'm very sure of that and very proud. Also, a big thank you to 11th standard, the organizing team. So we all just stand. We have them working backstage. They have spent about 15 minutes or 15 days working on putting this particular program together, organizing it. So big round of applause to them. Just be patient. I'm just giving the mic to your quiz masters, and then we will continue. That was all the themes we have for today. Some very unique and well thought out products were shown to us. We hope everyone has learned something about the grave situation of our Earth and will take conscious steps to save the environment.
Now we'd like to ask a few questions to the audience. Which was your favorite team? Which product would you buy? Would any member from the audience like to share an experience of contributing to the environment? Please raise your hand if you like to share an experience of contributing to the environment.
Would anyone like to share their experience of contributing to the environment? Okay, let's play a game. Starting with the letter A. Baaigars.
Brand starting with the letter S. Brand started with the letter H. Brand starting with the letter C.
What is something you learned today? Feel
Can everyone please sit down? Any of the participating teams like to share experience you know, during the process of or any other experience?
Everybody please sit down. We would like to call upon the esteemed guests, Mr. Manas and Mr. Akshay to share the long-awaited result of School Business Baaigars 2020 today.
Hi everybody again. Can you hear me? Yeah. So great presentations by all the 12 teams, but big hand to all of you. And I think everybody had fun looking at the ideas. They were great ideas across the whole spectrum. Like I've been told that they were selected, shortlisted from I think 27 teams. So again, congratulations to who all made it. But again, a big hand to the others who tried and were not part of this contest. So again, a lot of new things we heard, a lot of new things we saw. But the enthusiasm was infectious, and I think everybody had a lot of fun in the back, that corner as well. We were missing out on the fun, but I'll hand it over to Manas to give you some pointers about
Okay, I'll be the bad guy. I think the presentations generally were good. I think it's hard to believe you are 12 standard children, kids, young adults, whatever the right term is. So good presentation. I think the slide was good. All of you up on stage, you're very confident. You spoke well. But I'll also give you a little bit of the more critical feedback. Right? Hopefully that will help you to think harder next time you do something like this. I think some of the ideas clearly were more original than some of the others. So I know you've had little time and a lot of pressures in 12th standard. I think you could. There were certain products that I thought were quite like that. A lot of people already doing that, right? So is it really worth developing a business plan to replicate something that others are already doing? And it's something for you to think about tomorrow if you want to be entrepreneurs. That do you create new segments or do you go after something that is already quite crowded? I think some of the slides were obviously better presented than others, so pay attention to formatting, consistency, layout. People do judge the book by the cover, so make sure your presentation look good. Like I said, the delivery was very good. I'm very impressed with how everyone delivered. Again, some had clearly practiced a bit more, some a bit less, but that's okay. But I think the delivery was very good. I think the financial part could have been done in a better way. So I think maybe you need for those who are interested, go online, study a bit about how to present financials, how to calculate them, how to think about valuation and the ask, use of funds. There are a lot of very good presentation of business plans online today. You can look up those and get some ideas of how to structure it. And I think everyone focused on sustainability, so that is good. Again, some ventures are more sustainable, some have got different aspects of sustainability. So we like the diversity, your agriculture to beauty products to vehicles and so on. So overall, congratulations. I think it was very good. And next time when you have more time, give it more thought and put more hard work and don't sleep for a few nights. And good luck to you for those of you who pursue business entrepreneurship. Good luck. Thank you very much for having me.
Yes, again, there are lots of resources available online. And I'm sure you'll find more resources in your classes ahead as well. But presentation, that's a really important skill. As they say, people judge the book by its cover, so do put in more time in that. Public speaking is an important part of every facet, every meeting that you go to, everything that you present. So yes, do spend more time on that. Manas being more truthful, I'll try to learn that from him as well. So we took some time to calculate the results, and we'll start off with the second runner-up. So the second runner-up was team number ST10. That's an agrofit. It's Meher Sabharwal.
Can I have a sheet? I think agriculture is a very important sector. I think you picked up a lot of points about why it is important. Pest protection, disease prevention is important. It's very vulnerable to climate change. And so I think we like the idea. I think the sustainability impact is very high. It was well presented. I think the message could have been a bit more powerful with statistics and pictures. I think your financials were well presented, so I like that. I think the technical aspect, it was a bit weak, given that it's an app, there's a lot more to talk about how you will build it, how it will scale with usage, what will be the cost of maintaining it, and so on. The technical part, honestly, was a bit weak. Yeah. How about you? Do you want to give some feedback?
So definitely agricultural field, like using technology like AI and machine learning. I'm not sure how it applies in this particular aspect, but like a lot of people are doing that. And along with that, controlled pesticide spraying or snipping of the disease plant, and definitely like more data and more information on that would really drive the point home. And also like how you are able to take that knowledge and that education to the farmer directly, so that they have the power of the information at the palm of their hand. That would have been really driving the point home. So, but yes, like do build up on that. It's a great product. Some companies are trying it and they're using technology like drones to capture the information and then process it. The backend on the servers, so you don't need to have a fancy setup. So those are the aspects that you could have talked more about. But again, I really like the product. Yeah, congratulations.
So the first runner-up is ST06, the thrift store.
Team ST06 has really good. We call it right now. Great product. Did like the idea. This is a different idea. In India, generally, recycled clothes are not used as much. When we were small, we used to have like vendors who collect old clothes and old saris and give you cloth, give you vessels and utensils in exchange. But this is a very great idea. You can not only a lot of people are doing repurposing clothes, like what you mentioned, where you're making bags out of shirts, but also people are now reusing the clothes also. Like earlier, it was looked down upon like as hand-me-downs, but now it can be made more acceptable and fashionable. And another thing is I come from a textile, my family is in the textile business, and I've seen a lot of factories that there's immense amount of waste of water, immense amount of chemicals being used for dyeing and processing, and it's a very dirty business and very resource heavy. So with this thing, like it definitely will make an impact on the environment, and it's a great area to go. So.
So I like the uniqueness of the business, especially the Indian context. There are a lot of challenges, cultural change, behavior patterns, preferences of people, attitudes of people. But I think we have thought through the idea well and looked at what other countries are doing, what other people are doing, and see what can be done. I think on the business plan side, you could have gone deeper into your strategy, to which cities you would target, what kind of neighborhoods, what kind of products, price points, etc. I think many of you had one product for your price. And obviously, especially in a business like yours, which is consumer facing, you have a range of prices, right? So I say that it will be this much per unit. You could go with a range and explain the financials. But I think the fact that your business is something that can touch every person out there more or less, either as the person who's giving the clothes or who's buying or receiving it. I think the danger of sometimes of such businesses is that it may even end up encouraging people to buy more. Say, hey, I'll buy it and then I'll give it away, right? And therefore, you want to sort of think about how it can be affect consumerism and may actually sort of be the opposite because, as you said, okay, the whole clothing supply chain is highly water intensive, very, very polluted. So the more clothes you produce, actually, you're getting a lot more pollution. Even if you reuse it later, the fact that there are fields and our water bodies and all are still accumulating that pollution, right? So if you think through the whole impact of the business, but I think for uniqueness, I think that's why we chose your first approach. Congratulations. So I'm also curious. I don't remember the first team, but we had all the boys team, we have all girls team, and we'll see what the next team looks like. Okay, this one we do together.
Ask them, yes, which one?